Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you as we head towards the weekend. And I shan't be filming tomorrow. I should be taking the day off, Saturday off, because it suits me to have a rest. Because these energies I find are very, very tiring. It's very exhaustive working at this high vibration of spirit in this low vibrational energy on planet Earth, even though we're heading up for the 5D vibration. So it's important for each and every one of us to take care of our physical bodies, and I know it can be quite boring, the fact that one is interlocking key for some people in some situations. For my own situation, I am in a flat on the top level, and I very scarcely can step outside to stand on Mother Earth, the grass. So I am very much aware of the fact that circumstances aren't perfect for each and every one of us, that there are many fortunate areas. I have fantastic views all around me, leading across trees, woods, and into the mountains I can see from here. Some of them are snow-capped, and it's just breathtaking. So although a somewhat isolated situation, it is very isolated also in the fact that I am doing my best to ground with Mother Earth, even though I am not on the ground level. So do think yourself very fortunate if you have some area that you can step outside and breathe the outside air. That's good, and to enjoy. Each of ourselves have been locked down into a set of circumstances that our soul has called in for each and every one of us. That means to say that you are in the right place for your soul wanting your growth. Your best friend has looked after the details. And even though you may at times feel very uncomfortable with where you are at, your surroundings, rest assured that your best friend, your soul, has your best interests at heart, because it's also for your soul also. And you have been led on this journey many eons ago, and you have endured much at the hands of the shadow on this planet. However, you did sign up for this journey through. It's quite daunting to consider that is what you have done, I have done, and also the journey that we have taken through. As we say, with each birth it's going through the halls of forgetfulness. You do not remember. And a lot of you would not have been able to make it through if you had remembered before it is time to ascend, because there are some very dark issues on the planet. However, that is now passing and is being left behind in the third dimensional version of Mother Earth. As we pull up into the fifth dimension, these, they're referring to them as attacks on the persona of the soul, is going to cease soon. There isn't a direct time, as in a date, an hour, a minute, a day, because that is not how the universe operates. That is the lineage view of what we have been led into being. I'm being shown a clock here, and if you remove the C in front of clock, you've got lock. Humanity has been locked into time, a linear time on purpose, a C lock. And C, emotionals, water. But the lock side of it is total lockdown, since time began, since the Gregorian calendar began, we have gone into the lockdown of allowing ourselves to be so blinkered into this very narrow point of view as to what is, that we now need to pull away and understand time itself and the illusion of time itself. You are forever, you are always. And in my near-death experiences, my travelling and my remembering also, and the going back before, not only before time, that's not a problem, but also beyond the physical form. And I'm talking trillions of universes, and going back into source and the great sleep. And it's a fantastic time, because when all universes are finally shut down, we've decided we've had enough of our playing and experimenting, and in this case it's got a little bit out of hand, which is why there's a lot of help going on. When we retract right the way up through this one, the 72nd level of universes, back up to the zero, and enter back into source itself, into the collective of who we are, we always have a tremendous party, and then we go into what we call the deep sleep before we venture out again into the physical world. And my memories actually stretch back. Most people, when they go into the deep sleep, they do not remember what went on before. But I know my own personal journeys. This is my third time out from the great sleep. And we have been tracking this this unevenness, this shadow of a thought, and it has taken until now the 71st and the 72nd levels of universes for the shadow to show its hand. And this is the task that we all have in disassembling these 6 lower universes. As I've said before, we've got 7,000 years, so those who are not going to awake this time round will most certainly, by the time everybody wants to return, will have done so. It is by free will, absolute free will. And the friends of all the souls that are on this planet, the bit outside the body that can't fit in, are, I won't use the word anxious because that's the word I've been given. They too want the bodies to wake up now out of illusion. And this is the discussion that was in source at the conscious level, because we work with osmosis in the conscious level. It's rather nice. And everybody shares their bit of where they're at, and we are all equal, the ebb and flow. And it has provided great concern about stopping the shadow taking us down into the 73rd level, which, as the universe is expanding, that is a natural procedure for it to do, to snap into two, and the lower densities will be taken on down. Another rescue package, basically. But we're not going there, because the clarion call has gone out to many, many universes that will never reach this level of density, and they are here in their thousands, in this universe, in their trillions, representative from each of the universes that is above the 70th level, which is the pure creation level. That is normally as far as a universe soul will actually experience in their playful nest. Okay, right, okay. I've got some beings here wanting to speak out. Humanoids. They are humanoids, and they very much have the almond-shaped eyes with they're absolute pure hearts, and I don't deal with the non-pure hearts whatsoever, and they have a sort of like a very bluish, almost bluish grey tinge to them, and oh right, okay, they're just saying that they want you to know that they hold us dearly within their heart, within their hearts. There's a group of them there, all of you on planet Earth, and have tremendous respect for each and one of you in the knowing of who you are and the waking up to who you are. These are very, very friendly, and hope that it will not be too long before the disclosure allows us to meet in person. But for the moment, we are staying at a distance for our own safety. Too much of a shock for most of the people here on the Earth plane. Okay, they are stepping back, and it's time to start with the cards. And again, we are using this Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and we'll see how we go through here. I'm just reshuffling. We have two cards which I need to speak out first. We are heading towards the new moon in Taurus, and that is 22nd, 23rd, depending upon which part of the world you are in. I am not an astrologer, but I always ensure that I know where the moon is, because it affects me quite badly, the energies, and I need to know where I'm at for releasing and when to go forward. And with all new moons, there is a new start coming, and it's just a general energy. And new moon in Taurus means to say that it's grounding. Taurus is very much an earth sign in the grounding of for you who are into your small businesses, your creativity. This is the time to actually start to plant your seeds within your mind, to bring it into, to work on it day by day. Rather than locking into the fear, you will be more able to step out into the world, a completely changed you, by concentrating on your business, healing, or creativity, or teacher, or yes, healing is another one. Whatever it is you feel is your creativity, your passion, it is now time to start to stop procrastinating about it, and actually to go into getting into this physical world. That is what this energy is all about. Okay, we will, enough of that. Let us continue on. Not ready just yet. We will keep shuffling. And oh, there we are. There is the break. And we're going to go for the top. We have on the bottom co-create with the yes, the leopard and the owl. But this is energies that we discussed yesterday, and it will remain on the bottom. It's just showing itself that we are following on the journey. So this is a follow-on from yesterday. Is what they're saying. So let us see what the first card will bring. And for those who are into numerology, 52, and which adds up to a 7. 7 is often associated with timelines and travelling through time, the ability to access timelines. And to for those who are remote viewers, it's a good energy to actually access and unlock without becoming embroiled within the energies of what is. And it gives us a chance to mend. It is often a time to take out. Often the world is full of action, action, action. Must be here, must be there, rushing everywhere. But the universe is actually deciding that it's time for you to do some mending. And this can be all things from spring cleaning, which I know many of you are embarking on, even though it's not a favourite subject of mine. I tend to take action when Spirit says it's time, we do this, we do that. So I'm totally surrendered. But we are in the physical and we need to stay clean and on top of things. And those things that often need mending, we often stuff at the back of the drawers or cupboards or whatever, or hide in corners. And now's the time to actually take them out and look at them. And this can relate to everything from the physical side, materialism, what do you have, what can be mended and passed on if you no longer require it, or mended and recycled within your own life. But we're also looking at relationship, because we have 2 in the cards. And for those of you who are in a situation where there's more than one of you in your household at the moment, this is a time to actually look at your relationships and what can be done to mend them. And relationships are often a tricky thing. And when one is forced into a situation of being with one's loved ones, sometimes people have changed. Sometimes you have changed. You are not the same person that you were when you entered into this arrangement, this partnership. And mending can also be a way of disconstructing a relationship. So if there are any difficulties, and this is only for 1 or 2 of you, this is not generally for everyone. I don't know who I'm speaking at. This is just a general read, and it won't be for most of you. But if this resonates with you, this is what they're wanting me to speak out on. The mending of relationships within your circle of friends, within your home. And that doesn't mean to say that tempers need to rise, but what it does mean is an acceptance of the fact that it has changed status. This is how they're putting this. There has become a change of status within the relationship, and the meaning, the calling in of your soul for the relationship was such for you to endure a set of circumstances in order for your soul to recognize that you do not want what you have anymore. And it's time to make friends, make amends, mend with a view to maybe parting ways, helping each other to actually, when the lockdown comes about, it will give freedom of movement. And sometimes partnerships has run its course, and sometimes partnerships will go into a deeper level, a deeper meaning, a deeper harmony, when those things unsaid are now said, but in a quiet voice, in an exploration of what was and what's been bothering you, or what's been buried very, very deep. And so relationships are also high on the cards at the moment for mending. And also the question to be posed, what does the future hold? And is there a future within the relationship of where we're at? And we have a great deal of light coming in to this little fairy here. And what is happening is the little one needs to grow so that all partnerships are equal. We don't have a putting down and an elevation of one. And this one needs to be able to sit up higher, to be able to level everything that they are both at. So a partnership can actually resolve issues by doing this, by working together as equal co-creators. And they're bringing the card in again of equal co-creators. I'm going to take this one out here and put it by the side in order to understand that you have now taken co-creating outside of the partnership with your physical body and your best friend, your soul, into the next level of partnerships in the outer world, an inner level partnership, an outer level partnership. So I will leave that. Can I put it to the side? There we are. And let's return and take the partner of this particular one. And we have the card of Happy Happy. Numerology, 2 and 6 is 8, so we're talking the infinite sign, wisdom and happiness. And by spending time with the mending, it will rise up to a happy, happy situation. It will evolve. The partnership will evolve. Ready for liftoff into a better stage as to where it has been. So this lockdown can actually help you to face the reality of who you are and where you're going and who you indeed are travelling with. Okay, let's move on to the next card. And this is interesting. Not expecting this. This is a soulmate reading. Some people call them twin flames, some call them soulmates. But it has one or two meanings, is what they are saying. It can mean the co-creating of the physical with the best friend. That's a soulmate partnership. Some call them twin flames. We won't go into discussion. It's take whichever one suits for you. And here we have harmony. The happy, happy is actually continuing on into with all the hearts, the love, the balance within. And all it does is take a little bit of mending to put you on a more solid footing. And here we have your your soul. They're actually telling me that it's ancestors. It's your ancestors that are walking with you. And if we're talking about, you recognise that you are a starseed, as I know many of you are, we're talking about your ancestors from your star seeds is with you on this journey to make you feel more at home, more loved by being on the planet Earth, rather than by feeling as though you are in isolation far, far from home. It is mending of the song lines that are about to go out into the star heavens. And we will look at the counterpart for this one. And this one is the observer. And we have here 4 and 9, which breaks down to 13. And this is definitely a star seed card in this reading, and we are looking at where we are within the universe, where our home planet is. And they're saying that by being on the earth plane, we embrace the fox, the traits of a fox. We've had to be very wily, and although we don't agree with what's the powers that be are insisting that we bow down to, and society actually drags us back into being part of the society. This is the old society. It's always reflects in my mind that for those who, I'm vegan, but those of you who are into crabs, you don't need to put a lid on a pot of boiling live crabs. It's horrible. But the ones that are in the bottom of the pan will actually grab the legs of the ones that are trying to climb out and pull them back in. And that is an observation of society. Every time you have tried to rise up to be the star being, light worker that you are, society jumps on you very, very heavy. Many of us have experienced this, and it's our light, our soul, that can shine at a much higher vibration than this density. And yet Mother Earth requires us to shine, because through us shining, she can also go through the ascension process. She's talking about ahead. We are ahead, and we've come to help her and her beings, her rather slow beings, to ascend also. But many of us have just been the observer. We've been forced into positions of just observing life on Earth and all the areas where it doesn't work, and not being in a position to be able to step up and offer the true gifts of what we bring from our star home beings. We have been watched over by our star ancestors, and even those who are still alive today on the stars, star systems. The connection is very, very strong. It always will be. You cannot break the star system apart from those where the star itself has been taken out deliberately in order to be able to control and mess the stars that are in the heaven. We will carry on to the next pair of cards and see what that brings in this ongoing story. And we have no place like home, and this is a 50. So we have two cards that equate to 5. 5 and 0 is 5, and 4 and 1 is also 5. So we will look at numerology. For those who are into numerology, it's worth always looking up. And we're looking at There's No Place Like Home. And we have a calling. The light is shining from our home. And home is where we feel we should be. And it makes life difficult as a star being that one is actually above Earth. We have Earth here, and yet our home is way above the Earth. It's above the clouds. It's out there in the heavens. And they are saying hope is at hand. Have hope and faith, for your light will be able to shine brighter. And you can call in the connection of the home as to where you come from. They're referring to this as a little swiggle in the middle. And this is not the maze. The maze has dead ends. But this is the labyrinth of our journey. And we are at the starting point of the labyrinth of our journey with our golden light shining out from within our home. And they're referring to the home now as the physical body. This is the physical body that's been left dangling in midair by society and the shadow, the darker powers that be. And it is time that your light, the golden light that you hold within your heart centre, will start to shine out. It's going to burst out. It can no longer be contained within the body. It is not meant to be contained within the body. As we go through a further parting from the third dimension, the pulling away from a lesser dimension, and we hold the energies of the fifth dimension timeline, it means to say that the timeline will not crumple. And this is what is the concern of the third dimension, is the fact that they want to instill us with much fear, to crumple our lights in order to be able to crumple the fifth dimension. They do not want to lose their food fodder into another timeline. They are absolutely desperate. And that's why they've caught upon this lockdown, which has actually backfired on them, because many people are mending and redefining their role in life, and they're bringing in the co-creation with the new start of the new, not the new world order, but the new world, the new earth that we have come to bear witness to what is coming. And the prosperity lies ahead. And this is also for Mother Earth, because the prosperity to Mother Earth means to say that the lands are going to become abundant. Trees are always needed desperately to be able to reset the climate. They are the ones that are connecting the climate, and by the brutal cutting down or burning down of all the trees across this planet, it has played havoc with the climate. There are other factors included, but this is the monitoring of keeping matters, disasters at bay. Yes, Mother Earth expands and will expand and contract. She is breathing, she's a living being. But things would not have been quite so horrendous if we had left the trees in place. And trees are always a good way to anchor our soul because they are long-lived. And this is another reason why they've been severed, to ensure that we don't actually have a happy home on the earth plane. They are cutting our soul links with the earth by cutting the trees for the average person in the street. The partner to the home is orphaned. And this is how we have been, again, a number 5, so we've got 3 5s. I know that 3 5s is actually a very positive number. And abandonment, a lot of people have felt abandoned, starseeds, when they first came to this planet. Again, I say that it is their choice to actually be on the Earth planet. However, things are about to change. By looking up to the stars and to reconnect with your star ancestors, the way through can be built. And they're waiting to come. Like E.T., like the film E.T. They're waiting to come. So that home, if you decide to remain on the earth plane, will become a home also, a home between places. And one becomes happy, rather than the desolate feeling of being orphaned. Abandoned also by the situation that's on this earth plane that's actually brought the lockdown, abandoned by governments, financial systems, and all the shadow side. Much is no longer working, the hospitals as well, and the overburdening of a system that has many cracks within this, and the people trying to do their best in systems right the way from government across. The actual people are dealing with the cracks in all areas of life. And we'll enter into the last pair to see where we're going. Now this is an interesting card. Again, we've got 7, which comes into timelines, traveling into different timelines, which is allowing us to connect better with our best friend, our soul, and also our families, our ancestors. Some are alive, some have moved on, that are connected with our star place of home, star seeds, the greater universe of this universe. And to be able to go to sea, you have a direction. You have made up your mind that you're going to have a new start, and you have all that you need with you. And the boat often represents you with movement. And we have a very calm, very deep sea. And you're not panicking, you're quite relaxed. This is the new you, going in the new direction, honouring yourself. We have in tow your dreams. What seeds you have planted, your creativity. Everything that you need is coming with you. Sometimes in the mending we let go. Sometimes in the mending we take it to a higher level. But the sea is the vessel or the vehicle of your body, of who you truly are. And we will go to the last card. And this card is peace. Again, another 5 number. So that's four fives for those of you who are into the numerology. Go and look them up. And we have here the peace. And we have this being here. It's a peace dove carrying an olive branch. And we have a couple of feathers that have come down to say, yes, we are with you. And lots of little hearts. And this is you, your star of what you have created. This is the end of your journey in lockdown, is what they're telling me. It will come sooner than you think, the releasing from lockdown. Are you ready? Have you used the time wisely to move on into what lies ahead? Prosperity lies ahead. And it's not necessarily going to be just restricted to the new moon in Taurus. It's just a gateway. And often with the moons, they change very, very regularly. Throughout the moon cycle, they will go through the 28 days. They will have gone through all the different star signs. So it's only a very brief time that we have the new moon in Taurus. It will come again. But it's a question of having done the work, ready to go ahead into the gateway of the new that we have, and to be at peace. Find your inner peace, the truth of who you truly are. Ready to step out, co-creating with your own best friend, your soul. And we put those aside, and we will look at, in order to be able to close, the dream messages, the sweet dream messages. I want to see what they can add to round off. We have you. I think all of them are jumping, but we will take what we have there. The first one we have is change. I embrace change in this new day, and I adapt to what is to come. And we are definitely slipping into the new moon energies. I tend to feel them personally about 6-7 days before they happen. And it's all linked to being dragged into the new gateway. And so this is embracing change in this new day. This is what is coming. Are you ready? Have you done your mending? And the second one is manifest. My dreams help me to manifest all that I need. So, very, very powerful. You are co-creating. You are manifesting. Ready to be at a point of peace, to step into the change that is about to descend on this planet. I will leave that with you for today, and I wish you well, and do have a fantastic weekend. I shan't be putting up any videos over the weekend, and enjoy what creativity you can now start or grow with your best friend. And may your heart star shine brightly until we meet again. Bye.